Hi, this is Lord Baldrith with a poem by Sir Stile Teckel called Islug Gets a New Set of Armor. Whistling to himself with a pipe lit in one hand and a mug of ale in the other, Islug walks over to a postal center to check on his deliveries. Upon entering, the postal master gives Islug a dirty look and says,
"Islug, damn ye, you're taking up all my space. Will ye get that delivery out of here?"
Islug looks to where the man is pointing and sees several large bundles. Quickly draining his mug and clipping it to his belt, dumping his pipe and sticking it in a pouch, he grabs the packages and runs off in obvious glee. The postal master shakes his head.
"Wonder what that bloody hell was all about."
A few moments later, Islug is in a crafting house ripping open bundles and grinning.
"Ye outdid yourself like a this is fantastic."
Looking around, Islug spots Minstrel at work and shouts over at her, "Min, ye have those dyes I asked for?" She stops what she is working on and brings over several large bottles and hands them to Islug with a slight smirk. Islug glares at her. "What are ye grinning about, lass?"
"Oh, nothing, Islug. Just wondering when you will be able to make that stuff on your own. Also, I mentioned a pay raise?"
Muttering, Islug responds,
"I am not this good yet, and as for your raise,"
Islug glances at the dyes and continues,
"Olive, we'll talk about your salary increase when ye can get me the blacks, whites, and royal purples I ask ye for."
Then, ignoring the alchemist, Islug begins dumping the new armor into dye tubs and adding olive dye. Once the armor is dry, in his excitement, Islug runs over to a mirror and begins stripping his current armor off and putting on the new pieces. Once finished, he begins turning and modeling it into the mirror. A moment later, all work stops in the hall as Islug begins yelling at the mirror.
"Yah, who's that man? Hey, who's that man? Look at ye, Izzy lad. You're the man. That's right, you're the man. Go out and show 'em who's their daddy is, Izzy. Time to kick some arse and take names."
This is punctuated with various fists, pumps, and poses. As he turns away from the mirror, the smile quickly drops from his face as he realizes the craft house has gone silent and nearly 50 people are staring at him. Work having comes to a standstill. Turning very red, Islug points to the random direction and yells,
"Dragon!"
Then quickly runs from the house with all eyes following him. Later that night, in the tavern, Islug is heard telling a story with his pipe waving through the air, punctuating each sentence.
"That's right, I tell ye. Dragon in the crafting house. Must have been 20 foot tall and spitting flames all about it. So I was there, trying to intimidate it by telling it I was superior fighting and all. Meanwhile, everyone in this blasted place is staring at me like I gone nuts. Ye think you pay better attention to the dragon creeping bout. So I got it to chase me with some insults and ran it out of the place."